body. And that host body has to have a certain amount of rights, because at the end of the day, it is that body that carries this entire other body to term. The question is, what is the value of that life?
And is it clip? But it's still circulating. Whenever it gets to me, I get so angry. I lost my dad when I was 6 years old, and I adored him. I was a daddy's girl. I followed him around everywhere. And after he died, I recycled my memories that I got to have with him. I recycled them in my head over and over, because I knew that that was all I had of him, and I didn't want to lose those. Of course, now they're gone. They're just memories of memories of memories. But that's how special he was to me. That is how dear he was. And I can't even tell you how many times I had to watch while he wrestled with my brother in the front lawn, on the front lawn. Watched him wrestle with my brother. And I say, I want to wrestle. You can't, you're a girl. So that was a moment that I could have spent with my dad that I didn't get to spend because of the genitalia between my legs. I remember the times that my dad would set up the army tent in the backyard, the big canvas army tent that smelled like mildew. But when I was a kid, I loved that smell. And he and my brother would camp out for the night in that tent. And I would look out the window and I'd hear them talking and, laughing, giggling, whatever. And my mom would stand there beside me. And I'd be like, I want to go out there. I want to camp with Daddy. Can't, you're a girl. Sorry. This is a special moment between father and son. You can't be there because you're a girl. Who comes up with these hurtful rules? I never got the chance to prove to my dad that I was just as good as my brother, that I deserved his time just as much as my brother. I never got to prove that. I never had the chance to prove that because he died. Women have been trying for decades and decades and decades to prove to men that we have value as human beings, that we have things to contribute, that we have potential, that we have worth, that we can contribute great things, that we are more than just living dolls for them to do whatever they want with physically or order around. We're more than vessels. We're more than host bodies. We are more than slaves. We are more than their possessions. We're people. And to give birth to a daughter is a wonderful thing. To have a daughter is a wonderful thing. Nobody loves their daddy more than a daughter. And I hear men devaluing women like this. It sickens me. I can't stand the idea that my own father might have had this kind of mentality toward me. I never knew, of course, because he died so young. But what if that's what the kind of man he was too? And that's all I was to him and that's why he didn't spend as much time with me as he did with my brother. I'm sick of women trying to prove themselves, trying to work 100 times harder just to get the same little pat on the head. And now they want to take away. We've proven ourselves, and men don't like the fact that we are competition that they have to take seriously. They don't like it that we are taking up space on their playing field. And so they want to take away our rights, our dignities, our humanities, and turn us back into slaves and host bodies for them to control so that they don't have women to compete with. They don't have women to answer to. They don't have rules that say they have to be respectful to women. or keep it in their pants around women. They don't want to have any of those things. They want all they want, as much as they want, without there being anything to stop them. And if women die in the process, oh well. She was just put on this earth to pump out babies anyway. Yeah, I have a lot to say on the whole host body thing. It breaks my heart that after all the decades that women have put in, instead of valuing women finally and going, yeah, wow, the human race is stronger when all participants contribute. You cut out the ability for half the human race to contribute. The whole species suffers. The whole species suffers from it. You have a bunch of great brains sitting in a room, and only half of them get to speak and share their thoughts, and the other half are expected to stay silent. Do you think good things are going to be done? No. And a lot of good things that may have been done will never be done because of the silent half of the room.